Hello to all my Jodos. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I focus on finance, real estate, and other life topics. Now please be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell as I'm posting valuable new content on a weekly basis. Alright, so how was your day? Well, I hope it was a great day. So you may have gone to work, you may have spent time with your family, you may have had dinner, took a shower. So now you're laying down, you close your eyes only to find yourself awake at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. because your brain is just constantly going, consumed about your financial situation and your large revolving debt. You may have thought to yourself, if I don't get control of my money and my financial situation as a whole, I won't be able to retire with enough money and I'll have to work way into my golden years. I'm not gonna lie, being in debt can be a very stressful place to be, but the good news is that there are so many techniques out there, guys, so many strategies, and that you are not alone. Now, for the purposes of our discussion today, I'm referring to what many in the financial sector call bad debt. So bad debt is anything that is not providing you return and takes money out of your pocket every month. Alright guys, so examples of bad debt includes debts with high variable interest rates, especially if it's used for discretionary expenses or things that lose value in time. Now sometimes bad debts are simply good ones that have just gone bad. So credit card debt, especially high interest credit cards, are a common bad debt. Other examples are personal loans for discretionary purposes and payday loans are arguably the worst kind due to the predatory practices that keep you in a constant cycle of debt. Avoid payday loans at all costs. Now I and thousands of others have been there. I can tell you, Joe-Dolls, that there is a light at the end of the tunnel if you decide to take action. The good news is, guys, there are clever ways to be debt-free. And one such way is the debt snowball method. Now it's not easy, I ain't gonna lie, but if you are ready for change, it is a tool that you can use to get your financial future back in order. Now first and foremost, you need to get yourself mentally prepared before you start your debt-free plan. Now I have said this in other videos and I believe it's so much, guys. With anything that you do, you must first have a powerful why. What is your why? You need a strong, worthy cause, because the reality is that you don't need some magical moment, guys. What you need is commitment and consistency. Instead of telling yourself that you want to be debt-free, find a reason worth fighting for. Think of what having zero debt would bring to your life. Would you be able to travel more? Would you be able to sleep better at night? By having a clear purpose, you'll focus on reaching your goal despite whatever obstacles may come your way. My next recommendation will be to write down your financial goals and be very specific. For example, if you want to pay $3,000 of credit card debt, set a due date. A bad goal would be, I just want to pay off all my credit card debt. Now a good goal would be, I want to pay off my $3,000 in credit card debt in 18 months. Now the second goal is better than the first because you can break it down. So for example, you would need to pay $166 each month to pay off your entire $3,000 balance within the 18 months. Now, after setting your specific goal, break that down into daily tasks. This could mean that you need to bring your lunch to work instead of eating out every day. Or maybe you're skipping your daily Starbucks latte or Frappuccino so that you have extra money to pay down your debt. Now, to be honest, Joe-Dolls, the only way this is going to work for you guys is if you are willing to find creative ways to save and stay consistent. Which is why I said earlier in the video, you need a very powerful why. Be sure at the end of each day to see if you've met your daily target. So now that you've figured out your why and you've written down your goals and you've come up with ways to reduce expenses and save more, you now need a plan. So the debt snowball method is a great place to start. Now this strategy just boils down to you paying off your smallest balances first and disregarding the interest rates. Now, many people like this method because it allows you to get momentum going. Let me explain. So let's say that you had a total of $1,800 of debt to pay off spread out on 3 different credit cards. So let's say the credit card number 1 has a $1,000 balance, credit card number 2 had a $500 balance, and the last credit card number 3 had a $300 balance. So Joe-Dolls, using the snowball method, you would make the smallest payment to credit cards 1 and 2, and then you would pay as much as possible to pay off credit card number 3, which has the smallest balance. Now this method is really designed to help you out emotionally and psychologically, because by paying off the smaller balances first, you're going to have a great sense of accomplishment and success, and we all know that success can be addicting. Now the downside is that the card with the lowest balance may not have the lowest interest rate. Some financial experts recommend paying off your credit cards in order of which ones have the highest interest rate so that you can save on interest over the long term. So guys, if we went with that same example, and let's say the credit card number 1 was charging 25% interest, credit card number 2 14% interest, and credit card number 3 9%, then in that example you want to pay off credit card number 1, which is the card that has the 25% interest rate. Now the issue with paying off your highest balance first is that it's going to take a lot longer. And to be honest, this may increase your odds of giving up because you're going to feel like you're not making any progress at time. But by paying the smallest balances first, you get a quick win and you stay committed. Now guys, if you're enjoying this video so far, please go ahead and hit that like button. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm so that this can reach a wider audience. Alright, so if you're wondering how to use the snowball method, the first step is to list all of your debts on a spreadsheet. After you've listed them out on the spreadsheet, you need to figure out how much cash you have available at the end of each month. Use as much extra money as possible to pay down your debts. But remember, pay down your smallest debt first, then work towards the next smallest. Now what makes it a snowball is that once the smaller debts are paid off, you're supposed to allocate the money that you are using to pay the smaller balances towards paying off the next balance. So let's say you were paying $40 a month towards that $300 credit card and it's now paid off. Congratulations. So now you would take that same $40 and you apply it to the next debt. And by doing so, you are now using more of your freed up money towards paying off even more debt. Now, an issue that many people face when paying down debt is the rate at which they do so. Now, I can tell you from personal experience, the only way to change this rate is by decreasing your expenses as much as you can, or just increasing your income. Now, the problem with decreasing your expenses is that you can only do it to a certain point, right? You can only cut so much. However, increasing your income is limitless. I mean, think about it, Joe. In today's society, there are so many ways to make more money. However, do all that you can to cut your expenses. Now, once you've cut your expenses, you're ready to increase your income. Now, this can be accomplished by starting a side hustle or maybe getting a part-time job. Again, this is where your creativity comes into play, as well as your powerful why to keep you grounded and focused, because it's not going to be easy, guys, but what I can tell you, it will be all worth it in the end. Now, this video is specifically discussing the debt snowball method, but there are other tools and strategies that can be used as well. Now, one such option may be a balance transfer. Credit card companies sometimes will offer a 12 to 18 month zero interest promotion. Now, afterwards, the interest rate will spike. So be sure, if you're going to use this method, if you're going to use a balance transfer offer, it's very important to make sure your balance is paid off before the promotion is over. So guys, my grandfather used to always ask me, how do you get across the street? And he would always remind me, you have to just take the first step. So again, guys, if you are ready to get your financial house in order and tackle that bad debt, the debt snowball method could be an effective way to turn everything around. Imagine going to bed and not worrying about money. Imagine not having any bad debt and just having overall better money habits. I also bet that you would sleep better and just feel happier. The truth is that this reality can be yours, but you have to be willing to pay the price. It will take some hard work and sacrifice to pay down all that debt, but it's going to be worth it in the end. Remember, Joe-Dolls, life is too short to let financial setbacks stop you from being happy. So go out there, guys, and crush your debt. A happier life, one with better sleep, awaits you. If you found value in the video, please be sure to give it a like, share it with others on your social media platforms, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Thank you for watching, and until next time.